It's the Kim Whitehurst Show.
The Kim Whitehurst Show.
Kim Whitehurst Radio Show. It's the Kim Whitehurst Radio Show. I'm talking to Kim Whitehurst on his radio show. It's the Kim Whitehurst Show.
Kim Whitehurst.
The Kim Whitehurst Show.
The Kim Whitehurst Show is brought to you by Holland Jungle Productions, specializing in music production, film scoring, commercial jingles, and franchise theme anthems. Google them. Also, Night and Day Pest Control. If you want to have the bug stop here, call them today, 866-933-BUGS.
The Kim Whitehurst Show.
Kim Whitehurst.
And welcome to the show. I am your host, Kim Whitehurst. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I got to introduce my co-host, of course. Talent is in the building again.
Yes, the talent is in the building, people, a.k.a. the young Warren Buffett.
Hey, and we can't leave out the producer. Sparks is in the building.
Put me on the spot. I got to be on the radio tonight.
You got to be on the radio tonight. We got a big show, though. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I want to first thank our sponsors again, Night and Day Pest Control. Let me tell you something. We got roaches in South Florida. I don't know if you've been in some dirty houses, but I have. We got some roaches, so we definitely need to make sure we keep Night and Day Pest Control on our minds all the time. And Holland Jungles, if you're an artist and you want your music played correctly and you want the music, the jingles, the sound, the beat, everything that comes with producing your album or your single, you need to get at Holland Jungle. They are, trust me, the bomb. They did our theme song. We thank them so much, and I heard a lot of work that these guys do and put out, so you definitely need to give them a shout out, give them a holler. We got a lot to talk about, Talent. What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. A lot of entertainment news going on, a lot of drama in sports this week. I mean, 2012 is coming to an end, so we're gonna get some people's New Year's resolution.
Yeah, this is actually our last show of the year. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that crazy or what?
Yeah, man, you know, the year goes by really fast. I mean, 2013 is already here, and I need to start making some changes in my life, my man.
Such as,
you know, I need to get this money, and I got my man's right here that's going to school me. Chief, I got my man Chief. He's going to school me how to get some of this money in 2013.
Hey, and you got to. We don't understand how important that there's so much money. Screw the economy. To me, I don't believe in that. I believe that if you go out there, look at Black Friday. Do you look in a parking lot and realize how packed the malls are, but we're going through an economy?
Dude, I was just in the mall today, and I went to see the movie Django, but I was in Sawgrass Mall. They had to park across the street in the Bank Atlantic Center and, you know, walk over because there's so many people.
Wow, did you have like a frozen cup or something?
Frozen cup?
I keep frozen cups when I have long walks.
No.
Hey, speaking of Django, though, what's going on with Spike Lee and Quentin?
I don't know what's going on with Spike Lee and Quentin. I actually seen Django tonight and this evening, and it was a great movie. I mean, I know there's a lot of N-bombs dropped in the movie, and I know a lot of people probably was upset about that, but that's how slavery was.
People, it's a movie.
And, you know,
this is what was going on before. They're telling reality. So what's going on with Spike Lee?
I don't even care about the N-word. It was just how, you know, people were being killed. Like the scene when the dogs ripped the guy apart because he didn't want to fight and the fights anymore. And it's like how these people were just, you know, how slaves were killed back then was more of a, you know, something that I would think people should be upset about, because it was just like they weren't human. It was like, it's like killing not even a dog. A dog's treated with more respect these days than what a slave was back then. You know, it's just like how slaves were just disregarded, and you're talking about just shot and killed instantly for just talking back.
I agree with you. And, you know, I watched Oprah Winfrey's interview with Jamie Foxx, and he said that there was a particular scene when they was, what's the actress name who's playing in this with him?
Kerry Washington?
Well, Kerry Washington was actually being hung at the time. And so on this scene, everybody on the set literally, like, cried. Everybody was boohoo crying. And I know you seen this movie. Did any of it, like, hit home to you?
I mean, it all hit home. It was basically a historical reference film. It was, I guess you can say, the the roots, if you will, for this generation, because you know the 80s and 90s babies never been exposed to slavery because you know they don't read and they don't do any kind of research or studying. So hopefully Quentin Tarantino is able to actually enlighten them and remind them of why.
So why is Spike Lee boycotting then? Are you a part of this boycott, Sparks?
What he needs to boycott is when they used to play the movie Roots in my high school, and there was always fights after the movie because, you know, that type of film should have been boycotted because you can't play that with a bunch of emotional high schoolers. And then I was in a mixed school, so it's 50% white and 50% black. And during Black History Month, they used to play the movie Roots. That's the worst movie to play.
Exactly.
Every time we walked out of classroom, there was a fight. There was a fight because, you know, obviously we're going to get emotional about the situation. You see how your people were being treated back then like they were dogs and animals. You're going to get upset about the situation. Spike Lee, I mean,
and you know what, talent, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Next time I'll use a pair of scissors.
No,
I'm sorry about that. But you know what? The funniest thing is what I don't understand is where parents are not teaching their youth, their kids, and letting them see these kind of movies to see where they came from and where and how they have it now.
But what's most ridiculous to me though, Kim, is that this movie is the first time a lot of these kids are even being exposed to American history.
Think about that.
That's the atrocity. They should already know about this. And Spike Lee should be upset that he should be boycotting these fake parents. That's not teaching.
I think what he's really upset
who's getting
about,
child support checks for nothing.
Let me tell you what they're really upset about. It's because it kind of was comical at the same time. Like Samuel L. Jackson's part of that whole movie. Everything he said.
Ruckus.
No, he called Stevie, right? His name was
but
Stevie.
he was exactly the Uncle Ruckus.
Okay, yeah, but his name was Stevie in the film, and the way he was, you know, how he was portrayed in the movie, everything was like it was a joke. So myself, I'm laughing the whole time. The whole theater is cracking up because he's like, this M-bomb about to go sleep in the big house, or we got to burn all the sheets. We got, you know,
wow.
And it's basically, you know, you're making people laugh about a situation that's serious, and maybe that's probably what Spike Lee's offended about as well.
Spike Lee hasn't seen the movie. He said he's not going to see the movie.
So how does he know about the movie?
Exactly.
Your hatred, I'm trying to say. He's mad because he's totally irrelevant to the youth.
Nah, someone must have told him something. He's seen the movie. He just doesn't want to tell the truth. Quentin does a lot of great films. I don't think there's...
Well, he has an issue with all of Quentin's movies. He's not a fan of Quentin Tarantino. He just hates on Quentin Tarantino. This is not the first time he's been opposed to Quentin Tarantino's films. That's what this is. But, you know, the movie, it's a great movie. I mean,
people need to go out there and see this movie. I have not got an opportunity, but I'm definitely going to see it. But people do need to go out and see this movie. Give your children an opportunity to see something that happened in history and learn something for a change.
Whitehurst.
Yeah, I guess, speaking of change, I guess it seems like Oprah Winfrey's making a change on her network to allow ratchetness.
Hey, don't talk about my girl. Oprah Winfrey is my girl. I don't care. Screw Stedman, that's my girl.
Yeah, she's just your girl for that money, because she'll be my girl, too. I mean, ain't that right, my man, Chief?
Mine, too.
That's how it gotta be. I mean, she's the bottom B in this situation, because, you know, Oprah makes that cash, but... I mean, the show is just to make money. I mean, it's looking at these situations which happens in life with baby mamas and athletes, you know, having a bunch of different baby mamas. And it's not just, you know, African Americans. It's also white Americans, Chinese Americans. You know, if you end up being with a woman and it doesn't work out and you get a divorce or whatever, that's a baby mama at that time.
She's getting the money.
Exactly. So she's getting the money. Exactly. So, I mean, even prenups these days, these people getting around these lawyers. It's just utterly ridiculous. But Oprah she's trying to draw a different audience to her show at this time because, you know, she's struggling. She's been losing money with that network.
I gotta definitely say that I think Oprah, the kind of person Oprah is, she is that type of person that wants to educate our youth, educate our people. And when she opened this network, she tried to do exactly that. But as we all know, that what sells is gossip, dirt, all these different dirty Jersey Shore.
Have you heard of this new show she's gonna have? All of My Baby's Mamas.
Yo, and there's a rapper. What's the rapper's name?
God by the name of
Shawty.
Shawty?
Shawty Low.
I just called a man Shawty Low.
How low could you go, Shawty?
Shouty Low, yeah, he's a rapper. Apparently, he has 11 children and mothered by 10 different women. So the name of the show is All of My Baby Mamas.
So he should be thanking Oprah. He needs that money,
No,
right?
boycott that, Spike Lee. You can boycott that. I mean, if you want to have something upset about, because, like I said, that makes African American males be looked at in a negative light. You have 10 different baby mothers, and now you're going to exploit that on television as well. Now, we're already stereotyped enough.
How
as
do you
it
do
is.
that?
But isn't that
He's a
pimping?
breeder.
That's Is that pimping? Speaking of pimping, speaking of pimping, we have on the show today. We have
mamas is pimping him because.
Hey, you feel me?
11 kids. His money is thin.
I got
The royalties are thinning out.
It's thinning out. I got to tell you guys that speaking of pimping, we have on the show today a pimp, and we're going to talk to his girl, and we're going to talk to him about his career. I happen to know this guy, very, very good guy, and I've been to his homes, and I was like utterly amazed to see what I've seen. And it is like jaw dropping. I promise you. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk and introduce everybody to him a little later on in the show.
Pimping in the building, people.
Pimpin' is definitely in the building. I kind of stuttered a little bit talking about him because what I've seen, you just don't understand.
Mitt Romney's the guy support the small businesses of America. That's the backbone of America. Wouldn't you agree, Talent?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's a big business. Strip clubs and
I've done my contribution to America.
Hey, I hear.
Exactly.
Guys, let's talk about Cat Williams, though. I got to talk about Cat Williams real quick. What's going on with this dude? First, it was running from the police. He's been in some of everything. Now, apparently, his kids were taken from him. He was arrested. An investigation was done for having weapons and illegal drugs in the house. What's going on with that? What's going on with Cat?
I told you, Cat's just trying to. He's just trying to keep his name relevant. That's the bottom line. I mean, he has to do these drastic things because you got to stay relevant. I mean, he's just taking too much meth. I don't know what it actually is, but I mean, he's doing.
Wait, how do you know he's doing that?
Because he's always high strung. Look at him. Just look at Cat Williams. Even when he's doing his comedy skit, and he's supposed to be all professional. This man is. You could tell he's strung out on something.
That ain't the weed.
That's not the weed, right?
That's absolutely not the weed.
That ain't the
And
weed.
I got to tell you guys, my listeners, always, the views of the Kim Whitehurst show is definitely not the views of WAVS 1170 AM. So there you go.
I mean, Cat know he's strung out on something. The man admits it all the time. He talks about he goes into Target and slaps employees for no reason. Who does that type of stuff?
Well, hold on, Talent. Are
He's a
you
pimp,
are
though,
you
right?
aware of that story though? He was in Target purchasing something, and allegedly, the representative at Target dropped the N-bomb towards him. And he said, "Excuse me." He said, "You use the word all the time. Why can't I use it?" Then he said, "If you say it again, I'm going to show you an N-bomb." So he said it again, and then Cat slapped him.
I mean, you can't put your hands on people, though. You're Cat Williams. You open yourself up to lawsuits, but he doesn't care about that because he thinks he's DMX and, like, one of his films running away from police and stuff and yelling at the police, "You'll never catch me," and then calling out Jamie Foxx and then getting arrested. It's just like this guy's just something's not right with him.
Well, they caught up with him. He has a $4 million tax lien now, so.
Ooh-wee.
Wow. On his property?
When they want you, for not paying income tax.
Wow.
So if he has a $4 million tax lien, that means he made a lot more money than you thought he did.
Exactly. And he's riding on mopeds and motorcycles running from the police.
And it went to
What kind of
meth
crap is that?
houses.
Really?
And all went to meth houses because where's the money?
Okay.
Where's the money?
Okay, but let's go to this. Tiger, the rapper. Everybody familiar with him?
Tiger.
Tiger. Yeah.
Tiger, yeah.
Okay. T-Y-G-A.
Tiger.
Well, anyway, this dude is being sued from 3 video vixens, claiming that when they did his video, it was supposedly clean. It was supposed to be cleaned, and there was no nudity or whatever on this video. But turns out that all their nipples were showing, and now they are suing him.
So let me get this straight. The vixens
Vixens.
who went to the video shoot with their nipples exposed are now suing him because the video portrayed their nipples being exposed. Is that correct?
Yes, and it was probably windy too, so they were probably real hard at that time.
I mean, can we get my man Chief's opinion on this? I mean, he knows women, he knows the vixens. So
Listen.
What do you think the issue is?
Vixens don't ask if their nipples are gonna be showed in a video.
Exactly.
It just happens.
It just happened.
If the nipples are exposed, they meant to be exposed. They were supposed to be exposed. So.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, you know what you signed up for. This is a rap video.
You know
what do you think happened?
You know what you got paid for.
Exactly.
You know, a nipple might show, but that's like Janet at the Super Bowl. It just happens.
Exactly. And there's just things like this happening. You're a vixen, so you shut your mouth. Just be pretty in the video, and we don't need to hear from you. You're not gonna win any money because you don't have enough. You don't have no money behind you. He has Lil Wayne behind him and the whole Cash Money. So why are you running your mouth? I guess they're probably just trying to get some.
Can't win a case with a public pretender.
Exactly. Public pretender. So you're not gonna get any money. I mean, I guess you want to get your faces on Twitter or whatever. These are the girls who's suing Tiger. Like, it doesn't really matter. Moving along. I mean, this. I mean,
you're never gonna get another job being a vixen. Stop it. You're not Cat Stacks.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. So they done screwed that. Like, how stupid is that?
I mean, it depends on how bad they are, to tell you the truth. Because if they bad, they gonna come back.
I mean, I see people breastfeeding. I mean.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah,
the nipples are showing.
Nipples are so.
Nipples are beautiful.
Exactly. I think people should be able to wear nipples on TVs these days. Everybody shows.
I really don't understand what the big deal is, but these women. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, it's about a check, and they try to get a check because obviously you're making $200 to be in the video.
Exactly. I definitely want to also let our listeners know that you can definitely call in, especially you don't want to miss our interview with Chief the Pimp. I definitely want to talk to him. I'm sure you got some questions for him. I definitely got some questions for him. And you can call us in the Broward line at 954-792-1170. That number again is 954-792-1170. And Miami-Dade is 305-948-1170. 305-948-1170. If you got any questions for Chief, we want you to call in. We're going to be talking about that segment in a few. Anything else going on in entertainment that I'm missing?
The Kim Whitehurst Show.
I mean, Rihanna and Chris Brown, they was just at the Laker game together. I guess they're back together. I mean, after that beat down he put on her,
Put it in line.
Yeah, pimping ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get the house in order. She walked away for a little bit. Now she coming back to the forefront. Now they at the Laker game, sitting courtside, doing the thing.
Because they recently went through something, right? Didn't they just recently go through something?
When he beat her, I mean, that was.
She got back with him.
She got back with him. Now
she came back home.
Yeah, but Jay-Z, the whole entourage is mad about that.
That's like a cat, right? Like if you feed a cat, that cat never leaves, right?
My mom told me if it walks away and it comes back to you, it's meant to be.
Exactly, I agree with that.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And I don't understand why people are in that business.
He probably
Jay-Z.
won't have to put his hands on her no more. She probably learned the lesson the first time.
Exactly.
Probably a smart girl.
Exactly. And you know what? At the end of the day, we all go through those type of situations. They're just in a celebrity light, so of course it's going to be a big deal. I see you looking. You're looking at the computer spark. Not Sparks, but talent there. You see anything else in entertainment news that's interesting?
Oh no, nothing too really. It's the same old nonsense. People.
Sparks, anything we're missing? Because we were talking about Facebook.
Speaking of nonsense, what's going on with your cousin talent, the guy who put the Love Sosa tattoos on his face?
Oh, that's not my cousin. Come on, don't do that, man. I mean, this kid. I guess he's so obsessed with Chief Keef. He went and got a Love Sosa tattoo. Right, I'm talking about under one eyelid, under each eyelid, and Buddy just. I don't know. It's a teenager, so I mean, I don't know what you can expect. I guess he's following the trend like Gucci Man and the game. Tattooing the ice cream on the face.
The music is horrible.
I guess the movie.
Unfortunately, I hate to say it.
I mean, not to mention he's stealing, names of true entrepreneurs in America.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Chief. Somebody that's really putting it down out here.
Yeah, I mean, but the dude is a teenager, so you can't really expect much. But like I say, he's following the trend with Lil Wayne, and all the other guys are getting tattoos on their face. But
do you understand what he's saying in that song, Sosa?
Which one?
What is Sosa? I don't know.
I don't even know.
I thought Sosa, I mean, I can't really say on the air.
I thought that was like a Cuban dish.
I thought it was
Okay, I'm lost.
I guess so. I don't know if Sosa's an alternate personality or is he supposed to be a drug kingpin, this guy Sosa, who they're referencing. I don't know who he really is. I don't know who he is.
I couldn't understand really anything was said in it.
Speaking of just understanding rap lyrics, I just learned what Waka Flocka.
Hey, I seen that. Yes.
He has a song called Rooster Marari.
Yes.
Are you familiar with what that term means, Talent?
Rooster Marari.
Rooster and Marari.
Nah, I'm getting too old, I guess.
Yeah,
Wow.
So apparently, the way a rooster walks, their neck wobbles. And in his neighborhood, that is considered how they call young ladies. They call them roosters because they give rooster. So apparently he was getting rooster in his Ferrari on his way home from the club one night. And he was like, you know what? This is going to be a great song. So he dropped it off on the street and went to the studio to record Rooster Marari, which is one of his biggest hits.
And I actually see he got something definitely explaining that on YouTube, right?
He explained. That's how I know this now, because he explained it to me.
Wow.
Well, I don't
Thank
really
you, Waka.
He didn't drop a home?
Waka Flocka.
Did he drop a home?
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to, right?
I mean, dude, it's just, come on, man. It's always a new term coming up with people. Like I said, this game is forever changing with the rap industry. Terms, it's just too difficult to keep up with these
We need
days.
to make a dictionary just for that.
You do. There is a
E40
dictionary. Exactly. What is it? Urbanspoon.com or whatever it is. Like a website where you can go type in each term that you hear in a rap song and it'll bring up the definition for you. Because, like I said, these kids are forever changing. From when you or from when I was growing up.
Absolutely.
The terms are not the same how you describe women, cars, anything in life.
You went from getting some head to Rooster and a Rari.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Exactly. What is that? I mean, what is that?
Exactly. I absolutely agree with you. And believe me, callers, I want you to understand this is one of those shows you definitely want to call in.
Kim Whitehurst.
The Kim Whitehurst Show.
And also, our sponsors, man. Night and Day Pest Control. Sponsors. Good sponsors. When it comes to pests, when it comes to anything, you can call Night and Day Pest Control. Also, Holland Jungle. Again, if you're an artist out there and you're looking to really come up, a lot of, you know what, Sparks, I just want to talk a little about that for a minute because there's artists out there selling their music in the street. And actually, I bought this artist CD for $3 and turned around, listened to it, and it was garbage. It wasn't, you knew it wasn't actually done. It was done on Fruit Loops from a computer. What do you have to say about that, and what does artists need to understand when they're out there putting their stuff out? What presentation they got to have?
Well, interesting question. Well, first they need to understand, like you say, presentation is everything. You need quality. Everything is made on a computer, so you can't really just shut down the fact that they're using this Fruit Loop software, perhaps. But a lot of these guys do need to, after they have their idea, go see a producer to produce the record. Just because you're making beats does not make you a producer. You need direction. You need someone to arrange the music. And if this guy is selling it for $3, it's probably because he's not putting enough time into it to give you the quality presentation of the sound. Sonically, it's not correct. He's not getting it mixed. He needs to go see an engineer to get it mixed, so he needs to get it produced, get it mixed, and then get it packaged. But, it's easy to get it packaged these days because everything can be done electronically. You can just upload it to YouTube. The quality sucks online anyway, but everyone is so used to the compressed MP3 files.
Okay, well, I don't want to hear about your technical mumbo jumbo.
What do you want to hear about
this nonsense that you're talking about? Hear about this music industry. These kids these days, they don't care nothing about that Cortex. And what they're gonna do is this. Let me tell you, they're gonna go in the studio. They're gonna smoke. They're gonna get high. They're gonna do what they need to do, and they're gonna make a bunch of racket music. And they're gonna go like my man Trinidad and James, drop a single, get signed for $2 million off one single, and he isn't rapping the whole song.
Yeah, but Trinidad James went to the studio.
And he actually packaged his product.
he practices. He has a substantial product. You know, he has a marketing budget. He has an album that he put together. He's not on the street selling for $3.
I'm pretty sure he was selling all gold, everything on the streets before we heard that song. Trust me, he was, because all of them do it, and they got to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, and there's a lot of artists out there, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but the credibility of it to me is not the right thing. I believe that if you're going to sell you're selling an image, an illusion. So you shouldn't be out there on the street as the artist. You should have people out there doing this for you. So I absolutely think it's not a good look for an actual artist to be out in the street selling their own stuff. Let someone else do it.
Think about that.
That's my Chief. I know you're also in the music business. I know you for a very long time. So,
well, me personally, I wouldn't put anything out there. I mean, a lot of these guys are throwing things out there that aren't finished products, so they're just really trying to get people to hear them. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna go. You know, I'm taking my own independent route about it. Take Flight Music, and it's more just, you know, the people that, you know, I got a lot of people depending on me, so I don't have no time to come half with it. You know, I got to come fully with some fire, and not only spit fire but show them fire. You know, so
exactly,
videos, everything.
And you also have a female artist too. We're going to talk about that too when we go into that interview.
Let me ask Chief a question here. How do I get a video vixen like this chick on here that I'm looking at named Angel Lola?
Excuse me, Talent. Excuse me, Talent. Let me just.
How do I get her?
Can we?
He's still listening on the show.
Can we address the gentleman by his correct name? It's Mr. Chief.
Mr. Chief.
Mr. Chief. My bad. I was talking to Dog earlier. Me and him, we real cool. But how do I get someone like this? Like Angel Lola Love. This woman is a knockout. Like, I mean, I'm pretty good with the ladies myself, but a woman like that, I mean, I'm just looking at her like.
But I think a pimp got certain qualities.
Any woman can be got. Any woman.
We're gonna talk about that. I don't want to give it away too much because we got a lot to talk about with Chief. He's off the chain.
He got to screw me on that because I was watching a movie called Crazy Stupid Love. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie, but with Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling was like, it was a pimp. I mean, his whole game and how he came about women and his whole attack on them.
Really? I never seen this.
This movie was good. It was a good, funny movie.
Gotta go get it.
But I want to know if I can use this strategy on a woman that looks like this. Now, these were Caucasian women he was going after like this because
it's always easier to get that past a Caucasian woman, might I say.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, you know. Black women are a little more street smart.
A little more tough, bro. You know, a little
more rough around the edges.
Exactly.
Okay.
The audience is a little tougher because they know they'll make you turn against them sometimes. Hey, that's just
so. Look, if you're a video vixen out there and you're a beautiful woman, we definitely want to give you this send off. It's Art Kelly stepping right here on the Kim White Show. Let's do it. Art Kelly, Step in the Name of Love. You remember that? That was the song back in the day where you can like literally jam to.
It's still the song now. I mean, Art Kelly's a legend, you know.
I was tearing the club up with that two-step.
You feel me?
I was killing them.
Yeah, until you got caught with all those little girls and that, it just ruined everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Art listeners, I want you to know that who you've been hearing on the show is the Chief, Mr. Chief, and he is definitely a pimp. And he has a lot of women. He has a lot of homes with different women staying in there. I happen to go to your home and sit down and talk to you and your lady friends, and it's amazing. How do you do that? How do you even begin to keep some type of normalcy with that?
A lot of. I guess polygamous shows, kind of things like that, to keep it, you know, everybody on a happy. You got to run it like a village. You know,
my mom always said when there's too many women in the kitchen, there is a problem. So how do you keep the women in control?
Think about that.
Lots of partying.
Lots and lots of partying.
Lots and lots of partying. You gotta have them drunk, man. Make them go to sleep.
24/7. That'll be fine. Don't worry about anything. They just shut their mouths. They get drunk. And
you really gotta have. You gotta really have what they call a bottom girl, a girl that is almost a giver. A type of girl that'll give the shirt off her back, and they really gravitate to the family aspects of it. A lot of people ain't have families. I grew up with 16 foster girls, so I really pretty much know what it takes to be around a lot of women and be able to live in a controversy type of situation. A lot of people can't do that, But if you really, when you bring in a lot of people that, like I say, is like, from the bottom and coming from nothing, and when you show them a little bit of a light, it's amazing what people could put together and accomplish.
How do you deal with those emotions, though? I know that emotions got to be brewing sometimes because they come
a lot of Mary Jane. a lot of Mary Jane.
When those pH levels change, there's some issues that can arise.
And they usually come in at the same time. Every woman knows that they go through their cycles around the same time. So you just step up the dosage.
Hey, I absolutely agree. But let's talk about the fact that there are people out there that may say that you're a hypocrite. There are women out there right now, listeners, that's saying, hey, you are a hypocrite. You are misleading women. You're just using them for a product. So what do you say to those people?
Ask their mothers. If I was using them for a product, I wouldn't be taking care of their moms. So, it's just on what level people think that it really is. Like, I make a lot of money, and, I can take care of a lot of people with that money. So, a lot of my girls' moms know what I do with their daughters. So there's a difference when their moms is at the barbecues and their moms is going on vacations, or their mom is calling and saying they need a new car.
But,
So
Mr. Chief,
yes,
we don't want to infringe on your monopoly here, but the talent is an aspiring pimp. What is the interview process like? How do you actually know what the right woman is for her position?
Me personally, I like to look for the one that's got a couple of bruises on her.
I promise.
I mean,
so she gotta have like war wounds.
What I'm saying is I'm not really looking for one that's in the street that doesn't know the game. I kind of want one that's already got the roller skates going. So I pretty much look for some. When I say a couple bruises on, I mean everybody wants to find this girl, and really to find this girl, might not have the slickest tongue. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have that girl that's not the finest that I can make the finest, that's going to stick a little longer, than having a fine girl that thinks she's finer than the system that we're running.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's true pimping right there. I can't say it better myself. But as far as, now let me ask you a question. Now, a woman who's been, like, abused or something like, something happened to her, like a situation occurred, like a rape, is it easier to grab to get those type of women and basically kind of, have them fall in line with your system?
The crazy part is that most of my girls were really the good girls. Like the girls that I got that's with my team, they're not like, they come from good families, just being that, sometimes, like they say, the church girls are the nastiest ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the truth. They're sheltered, and, when they do get out there and they enjoy sex. Who doesn't enjoy sex, but a lot of people don't really want to, I enjoy sex. I enjoy it every day, but just not with the same woman.
Wow.
I like to really be able to, and that just makes me love my other girls even more, because when I get back around to them, I'm enjoying them even more,
So yours coming, so it's a good girl going bad.
Exactly.
Well, not going bad, and for say, because like I said, we were discussing earlier, Hugh Hefner's the biggest pimp of us all.
Exactly.
I mean, this guy exploited women from years and years and years, and this guy looked upon
took care of their mothers.
And took care. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he took care of their mothers as well. And these guys looked upon him as a god.
Talent, and Mr. Chief, you're the specialist. Is pimping really exploiting women? Don't women want to be pimped?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying though, but America sees it as you're exploiting women. That's what it is.
And only America sees that because they know how much brothers make from the industry.
It's because they can't tax it. That's the reason why they're hating on it.
Exactly.
It's legal in Las Vegas, isn't it?
Right.
And I think it's legal in Canada too.
Yeah, I think it might be legal up there too.
I think you just can't. Well, they have business cards. I heard that they hand out their cards and they can actually. It was a big business in Vegas.
So let me ask you a question. So would you want to establish something like a bunny house? Like
you're already established, I would say.
And see, that's the thing about it is that people, you know, I've taken that page from Hugh Hefner a long time ago. You know, like the bunny house. You know, I've lived that. I got 7 horses at my house. I got chickens, cows, pigs, and really, I don't even ride horses, but it's all for the show of letting the women see that.
Wait a minute, I have a question for
the chief
host. No, Ken Whitehurst. Why are we not in the WAVS live then, broadcasting live from Mr. Chief's residence?
You know what? First of all, your ladies are working at this hour because they were supposed to be here tonight.
Definitely. Shouts out to Wonderland.
Exactly. I mean, come on, it's 142.
I wanted to get one of them on the line. Are we able to get one of your ladies on the line today?
We should be able to get one of them on. It should be not a problem.
That is definitely great. Want to ask you this because I have been to your properties and I've seen the horses. Like, how do you wake? Like, do you wake up in the morning and you see one of your ladies or 2 of your ladies? And I believe I went to your property one day and actually seen one of them riding like totally naked on a horse. Now,
that's a lot. Golly.
Like if you're a man right now, you can only visualize what I actually seen.
That's a lot of golly.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? And you have goats, so I was probably a goat going bah bah. So how do you have so much? Like, what makes you so different than any other man?
For me,
exactly.
What makes you different from the talent?
How do you get all these women to do that?
To be honest, you know what I'm saying? I guess like Jay-Z said, you know, Jay-Z couldn't have said it best, is setting your own blueprint. You know, when I chose into this game and got married to the game, I really, you know, like I said, a lot of people when I started in the game, this is 6-7 years ago, was, you know, hating on me coming into the game because they was looking at me, oh, look, cute little nigga think he's gonna take over, which I did in a way on being like, you know what, I'm not gonna look at it as, you know, small-minded on thinking that, you know what, I got these girls, I'm making a couple of dollars. I wanted to make a lot of money. So to make a lot of money, you have to put the money in your product. So the first thing I was doing was, you know, getting boob jobs, butt jobs, diamonds on girls, just so that when the girls really went to work, I could show the other girls that was with these guys that, you know what, y'all ain't putting the type of money y'all need to put in your women. So your woman's going to wind up choosing up with me because she's going to see how nice my girls is coming to work and, you know, really making my money speak for itself, you know.
Now I want to ask you, this may be a little deep and, you know, we got it this media. We don't go deep. Like, how much money do you actually, a pimp could make? And you don't have to give us the actual figure, but a ballpark of what would one of your girls make a night?
I mean, you got to think about it like this. I'll give you a figure like this. 3 years ago, I was making about $8,000-9,000 a night, and that was 12 girls.
I'm in the wrong business.
That's a lot of golly.
Yeah, that's a lot of golly.
I'm in the wrong business. How about that?
Yeah.
Tonight I'm
Wow.
announcing.
And I actually seen, you know, first of all, I was like, what this brother doing with all these horses, sheeps, goats? I mean, you got a farm going on there. I mean, so is it that you give your ladies the environment that they don't have to go out nowhere else? They got it all there because you got a pretty big property.
Exactly, and that's, you know, it's just like anything. You want your house to be like a game room, you know. You want to bring the party to the house, so you know, we can party by ourselves. We don't even have to go to Club Live or any of those type of clubs. You know, all I got to do is just tell them to invite some of their stripper friends, and it's going to be a heck of a party. And, you know, I can invite the type of guests that I want around.
Such as Sparks and the Talent.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, invite me to a party. I mean, I would love to.
Hey, I'm not getting in trouble. You see, I didn't say anything.
I mean, I just want to see beautiful women riding horses. Who wouldn't want that? But let me ask you a question, though, my man. How about internet pimping? How has that affected the pimp game? Like we were discussing earlier about Backpage. How has that affected the pimp game as far as the internet goes?
Well, you know, the internet is always wide open, you know, but just with the Backpage and stuff like that, a lot of people, you know, it's just like this. If they can't get a girl a job somewhere, you know, they're pretty much going to put them on Backpage. But, you know, if you're really willing to want to be having to get your girl and be bonding out of jail all the time, you know, that's kind of the ways of the past. And you got to step into the 2013, you know. These days, these girls is in the clubs and they meeting these guys in the clubs. It's just a lot easier. And
that was another thing I wanted to ask you. Your girls, do they actually work on the street, or do they work in an exclusive type of situation, like they go to the clubs and pick up these guys? How do they get the money?
Definitely exclusive. I mean, they work in strip clubs to going and meeting guys in clubs, but not on no track. You know, I don't do the tracks. You know, that's just a low. That's the minor leagues of playing the game. You know. You want to step in the big leagues, you're going to step up to getting your girls in the right spots to make that right type of money.
So let me ask you a question. So if I want to have a nice evening with one of your little lady friends, well, what is that going to run me? What is that going to run the talent?
Yeah, what's that going to run the talent?
Since you know me now, can I get a little bit of a discount?
In the building.
KWRS discount.
Hey, he has to go online and print one of those coupon books out, right?
Definitely. But, you know, you know, the thing about it is on how much time you want to spend with her.
Okay. I mean,
4 hours.
4 hours talent.
I'm a quick trigger, so give me about 10 minutes. I mean, can I? Does it go in blocks like that? Like, what is?
We only do 30-minute blocks, man. 30-minute blocks. You got
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't lie to you. So I'm kind of a quick trigger when it comes to. So give me 30-minute window.
You only get one shot.
You only get one shot?
One shot. 30 minutes. Now, if you want to take her out to dinner, you know, and she ain't gonna really have to work that hard, and you know, you're gonna take her out on a good night, you know, it could be from anywhere to 1,000 to 2,000, and that's you know.
So how do you protect them, though? When they go out on these dates, are they protected?
Well, you got to think about it like this. None of my people's go on no dates unless these guys are already like known and they've been in the club spending money already. You know, you don't send them out there blind. You know, so depending, you know, where they want to go and what they want to do afterwards and where they plan on going. You know, we make sure that everybody's safe. You know, all the way to.
So I guess this, you know, we're
doctors,
going to the end of the year. It's the New Year's. Everything's popping right now. So this is going to be a big revenue hit for you, right?
Big year. We are coming out with the mixed single this year. Real Pimpin' is coming out. We're trying to launch the reality show Living Like a King, really to show y'all a little bit more exclusively of what and how we really doing it. So, you know, the world I know is probably thinking of some guy that's got his girls on the corner, and the game is so far involved from that. So
yeah, I've seen some of your stuff, and I'm actually working with you on that production of getting it out there to the different networks, and some networks are definitely looking at it. So that's going to be a very interesting thing.
You need to start with O, because she has all my baby's mamas.
Yeah, you know, I think Oprah would go for that, though.
Trust me.
This is sophisticated pimping, people. You got to understand this. This man has horses, chickens, a big
goats,
house with acres of land. This is not, you know.
You don't have ferrets.
Yeah, I mean, come on. This is sophisticated pimping at its finest. You got to understand. But I got a quick question for you, because I always wanted to know this. I mean, I didn't want to know this because I know it has to happen. Now, have you ever had a physical altercation with a John? I like to call them Johns because that's what they're referred to in the world. They're John.
There's John.
So have you ever had like a physical altercation with a John for getting out of line or anything like that?
Sometimes, you know, things happen. You know what I mean? But I've never been myself physically having to be involved with it, but I've had to have.
You got your people.
Exactly. I've got friends that's had problems and things that needed to be taken care of. But all myself physically, nah. Okay. I pretty much I'm hands off on that. I'm pretty much sitting back in the chair and just relaxing these days. I got a good team. I got my girls is go getters, man, and I really. I built a good foundation around me, and that's for any other pimp that's out there trying to do it the right way. You got to have the foundation laid right. The soldiers that you put on the front line are the ones that's got to represent you. So just like in chess, you got to have pawns to protect the king. So as long as you got a good team around you, you ain't got no worries.
I told y'all, this is sophisticated pimping right
I think you got to have some swagger, too, because Chief got a lot of swagger.
Yeah, he's stylish.
What happens
dude.
if a young lady chooses you, Chief, as opposed to another former employer? I'm sure that happens in the game.
Good question. I'm surprised you even came up with that one. But yeah, there's always somebody, that when a girl chooses up, it's more of an underground respect thing. Real pimps, they're gonna give that call to the other guy. Real certified pimps, they do that just because you don't want if your girl was to choose up with some other guy on a night, you definitely don't want to be losing, not knowing if she got killed or got hurt or so you want somebody to give you that same gratitude, at least call you and be like, look, I got your girl, she ain't coming home, ha 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 ha.
Wow.
Me personally, if you got my girl, I'll buy you a drink.
I promise you.
Because you probably the luckiest dude that probably did it, because ain't too much been taken from me.
You have dedication, and I see that when I go to your property. You definitely have dedicated women. I don't, I get it, but I don't get it. It's like they're almost. It's like going to heaven. Like I can't even like. I can't find the words.
And the crazy part, you're not the first person that's came to the house and been speechless when they left. It's just. It's
amazing.
It's the way it is, I really I got blessed to being around. Like I said, God works in mysterious ways. And probably people probably say, listen to this pimp saying God, but he works in mysterious ways because I was raised in a foster home with 16 foster girls. So my whole life has been surrounded by women. So the way I live now is the only way I know how to live.
And I tell you, women are pimps, and game recognized game. So that's why these women are so easy to choose, Mr. Chief, because he understands the game, and he's going to take care of them for what they need.
I agree.
To get the job done.
I agree with that. Would you also agree that women are pimps as well?
Oh, of course. Behind every good pimp is a great bottom cast. Without my girls, I wouldn't have been anything.
Exactly.
You got to have a bunch of good people around you to really say, you know what, this is the way we're going to do it, and we believe in you. Like I used to tell my girls all the time, if we all see a little piece of a mirage, why we can't make that mirage possible? You see the wine glasses, I see the grapes, you see the lions and the sheeps and the horses and all of that stuff, and we can make that possible with everybody chipping in together to making it happen. The Mexicans do it. They let 17 people
I agree
in
with
one
you
house.
on that.
That's the truth.
I'm doing what the Mexicans do. I'm packing all my people to make my bills cheaper.
That's right. That's very true.
Speaking of bills cheaper, Chief, we're running out of time. So let us know how we can get some of that music. You have a production company. Is that what you were mentioning earlier?
Definitely. I'm with Take Flight Music. That's my record label. I am an artist. I got my other artist that's coming out called Young Yaya. Most of y'all can reach me at my Yahoo. A bunch of things going to be dropping, and we're going to be back at the radio station. I don't want to leak anything yet because it's like everything is just
top secret.
Top secret right now. It's coming hard, but I can guarantee you at the beginning of this year.
That's next week.
Exactly. Before January is up, you're going to have the single out for y'all, and the mixtape should be dropping in February. So, and then right after that, we should be coming with, a lot of blogs and a lot of stuff for the reality show of trying to come out with the living life.
What about if people wanted to also get a hold of you on your Facebook, Twitter? You have any of those?
Yeah, you can reach me at Mr. Chief 305 at yahoo.com. I'm at on my Instagram. You can catch me at the one and only Chief. And Maserati Math is my man. That's my main man. That's, you know, been putting it down in the streets for me. You know, first black dude that I know in Opalaka that was pushing a Maserati. You know,
wow.
So you know, we out here on the grind, man.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from North Dade. I'm a Viking.
You're a Viking.
I'm a Viking. I'm a Northern Viking. You know. But I'm all around.
So are you black? Are you
all black?
All black.
All black.
You're not mixed with anything.
Not mixed with anything. My mom and dad is as black as hell. Sorry about that, but I came out kind of like the odd sheep.
Wow, wow.
But
and they're black. Black as tar.
Black as tar.
Gee, do you have any sisters?
Yeah.
No, actually I don't. I'm actually the young. I have a brother. I have one little brother that's my main man. He's my Bosley.
Bosley.
You know, he's my right hand man. You know, he makes sure that, you know, I make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and making sure all my things are.
You know what I was wondering? How his family, your mother and your father, feels that you're doing something
when
like
the
that.
bills are paid,
Listen,
the bills are paid.
My mom, exactly. When you pay, when it's just like this. When you go to dinner, I sit at the head of my tables. You know, so when I sit at the head of the table, it means that my dad sits to the side and I pay for the whole bill. So,
wow.
When you pay for the whole bill,
there's nothing to say.
Nothing to say. I won't say
This is about results, people, and people who get paid. These are the people who lead life. These are the winners. He's winning. I don't care how he's doing it. Who cares? Who cares about the people who sell diamonds and they're getting people's hands cut off?
I agree.
And all this stuff. I mean, who cares about how he gets his money? He gets money, and that's the bottom line.
What switched? What made you become a professional pimp? Like, when did you say, I'm going to do this for real?
Actually, you know what? I had just being in the streets and, you know, hustling, and, you know, I was getting money already. Before I started even really pimping, I was already making money. So, you know, not the legal way, but, you know, I'm still not doing it the legal way.
What money is legal?
Exactly, you know, but
it's all dirty money.
Exactly. I was getting money, and then, you know, what made me really switch is I met a bad girl, man, that literally just told me, she was like, you know what, you know, I was going to go live in the house with these other guys, but, you know, I might as well go and live in the house with you. And really, she just really put me on it. Like, I guess you could say, you know, I didn't have no guy really telling me I could do it. I had a chick that really, really turned me out.
I get that all the time.
Wow.
But I'm just not a pimp.
I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, so really,
but that
honestly,
don't mean you can't do it.
That don't mean you can't do it. But really, honestly, a woman kind of persuaded you to go into this game and to do what you do.
Exactly. I met a girl, and she basically told me, look, you know, she was, you know, had a pimp that was beating her. She wound up coming to my house as a roommate of my girlfriend's, and she really just told me with 4 girls I could be making 90 grand in 3 months. Golly. So, you know,
90 grand
in 3 months.
In 3 months.
If you do the math, really, every day, 30 days in a month, you know, if you're making $1,000 a day, it's possible.
Wow.
I need to get on this pimping.
Hey, and it's too sad all of us not on it. But
I need an internship.
But half the businesses that make money, people didn't even think of. It's the simple things that, you know,
exactly,
that
like
make the most
Walmart.
money, like the slip and slide.
Exactly. Well, that'll do it for our show, folks. Tune in next time. Let's make it happen and be safe out there for the New Year's.
It's the Kim Whiter Show. Kim Whitehurst Show. Whitehurst Radio Show. It's the Kim Whitehurst Radio Show. I'm talking to Kim Whitehurst on his radio show. It's the Kim Whitehurst. The Kim Whitehurst Show. The Kim Whitehurst Show is brought to you by Hong Jungle Productions, specializing in music production, film scoring, commercial jingles, and franchise theme anthems. Google them. Also, NIGHT&DAY Pest Control. If you want to bug stop here? Call them today. 866-933-BUGS.
Holland Jungle. The Kim Whitehurst Show.